Yo guys, I was like literally just singing a while ago, but I don't want to be annoying. Okay, so I wasn't thinking about recording this, but like every time I think about like not recording, I'm just like I should record so I can like look back on what I did and how I rationalize my trades and yada yada. Anyways, this is starting fresh. I did mark out some stuff, but I'll explain it really quick. So this is a new day. This is coming off of my last backtesting video, I believe, or I don't actually remember. Anyways, it's a Wednesday. So what it's what it's looking like, just looking at, taking into consideration the weekly profile. This is a midweek reversal type situation. Potentially, we could actually end down on the week. So I wanted to get an idea of what the overall weekly chart looked like. So we actually traded back into the range here. So that's actually very bullish. This is a C2 candle. So this is a manipulation candle, and this is going to be the what do you call it why am I blanking? What's the word? Because it's like it goes into phases of price, right? You have your manipulation, accumulation, distribution. So this is gonna be like your distribution candle, but there's another word for it which I cannot remember right now. But this is your C2 candle, which is your manipulation candle, and this is your follow through candle. Still can't remember the word for it, but you know what? I don't want to waste any more time, so whatever. But anyways, this is clearly going back into the range. So I was like, okay, well, if we're going back into the range, where could we possibly go? Well, there's an order block on the weekly, but I don't really want to use that too much as to gauge where it could go. So then I basically just go back to the daily chart, and I was like, okay, well, we have a fair value gap here. From here to here, equilibrium is here, so we're coming into equilibrium, and we're also sweeping this low here. So I'm thinking maybe we could potentially come down into this fair value gap. And then also I realized that there was an SMT from this high to this candle, and from this candle here and this candle. So interestingly enough, we have like a two-stage SMT type situation here. Right? Well, maybe not. Maybe not two-stage, but like there's an SMT here. There was another SMT put in here, but I think that's not as relevant, so I'm going to actually get rid of that. Probably get rid of this too. But I don't know what this is either. But we have an SMT here, so which signals down prices. So I'm getting really bearish signals here. So I was thinking we could come down and then reverse off of this and then go back up. But because it's a Wednesday, and then Thursday could also continue going down or whatever. Right now, I'm not really knowing. I don't really know what Thursday or Friday will do. I'm just kind of creating an idea based on what I know about the daily profile and what price can potentially do and where we are in time. But right now I'm getting very bearish signals here. So then going to the 4-hour, I want to look at where we opened today. So the opening candle is here. We didn't really create too much of a relevant high. We actually, oh yeah, we did not. So we opened here. We barely made a wick. So I'm thinking maybe potentially we could actually come down reverse. We're very overextended here. So I'm just going to go to the 4-hour on this one too, just so I can see if we have any thingy. And then not only that, if we're going to... I said I wanted to do lower prices, but we'll have to see. I need more reasons to believe. Right now we're actually... Looks like we're kind of having a SMT type situation because... Well, this candle hasn't closed yet, so I'd be very interested to know where this candle closes coming into the 10 o'clock candle, because if we maybe extend down here, we could get a reversal back into the range of today's candle, because we don't have a high here, so maybe we can come back into equilibrium of whatever range is created at the 10 o'clock candle. We're coming under this low, but as you can see, ES is very far away from this. So ES, if we're going to take longs, potentially, I'm not saying we're going to take longs right now, I'm still bearish, but if I were to take longs, I would probably take the long on ES because ES is the stronger asset, right? As we can see, like, Nasdaq is dumping. It's already taken out this low while ES hasn't. So whatever liquidity pools we would be targeting, if we're taking longs, we would want to take it on ES because it's the closer asset and it's the one that hasn't created it's not the one that created the SMT, right? So, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself, right? Because this is just me speculating right now. Let me adjust these. They're going to keep changing though because I keep changing the time frame. But yeah, I want to take a look at the hourly really quick. So yeah, we're overextended. As you can see, we've just been like falling, but what is this called? Why am I blanking on the word for it, man? Expansion. Oh, that's what it is. Expansion. Yeah. So we've expanded, we've had expansion, and we're still expanding. So this is a lot of expansion. I'm not gonna lie with you. I don't necessarily expect this to continue unless we had like a unless we were being supported up by like maybe a fair value gap, like for example this one, but I'm not expecting us to, just because we're closer to down here. I'm gonna go forward 1 minute just to come into that. Okay, so we didn't really do anything, and we're not really, are we in any PD arrays? I don't think we are. We actually are kind of, but we've kind of already overtook this. ES is technically in this fair value gap, while NASDAQ kind of overtook it, but we have it equilibrium, so I mean we could go back into the range from here. Right now on the 4 hour, I'm not seeing anything of interest, like in terms of our reversal signals, so I'm not seeing, right now I don't see an SMT. I'm not really seeing much, so nothing here. We've kind of overtook this. I'm not really seeing anything, if I'm being honest. We don't have an SMT, we don't have a, I mean, you could, nah, I don't think so. Probably go forward a little bit more. We're not doing anything. Okay. Okay, rejecting, we're seeing some rejection. Again, no SMT though. So let's go down to the 30 minute. Maybe you can see something here. No SMT. No, not really. Unless you want to consider this our SMT, right? Okay, maybe, just maybe. This is our SMT. SMT here. Let's go back up to 4 hour, because I want to see if there's anything really supporting this price higher. Not really. Oh, okay. Actually, we're in a daily fair value gap, so that actually could be the reason. I didn't realize that. I didn't. So should have probably looked at that a little bit. We're being supported up by this order block and volume imbalance type situation, right? So let's go back to 4 hour. We have this SMT in play here, so I'm just gonna mark that out. SMT. I'd like to see a two-stage type situation, a two-stage cracking correlation, or two-stage SMT, if I'm being honest. Let's move this back over here. Daily. Am I on the 1 hour again? Let's just go to 1 hour, because I can't really. Alright, so this is the 1 hour, that's the 1 hour. Don't really see anything of interest just yet. Let's go down to the 30 minute actually. 30 minute. Alright, so do I see anything? We might potentially have a change of state, but I don't know. Do we have a... So if I were going to take a trade, I would need to see NAS start to trade higher. So the 30 minute change in state would be right here. I would need to see NAS put in something. I'm not seeing any like two-stage SMT. I'm not seeing a PSP either. Wait a minute. Wait. No, not a no. Just keep going lower. I don't know if we're seeing anything here. I probably might want to stay on the 50 minute just because. So 5 minute change in state would happen here. I have to go forward. Oops. Okay, so we're rejecting off. I feel like I want to be on the 50 minute and not like the... I feel like I want to be on the 50 minute just because this is kind of noisy. So it looks like the 50 minute change in state would be here. And the 50 minute change in state has already been put in on ES, but I would need to see like NASDAQ start to trade higher, and we are not getting that right now. It's trading lower. So we're not seeing that expansion that we're trying to get. This SMT is still, oops. This SMT is still in play. Have we gotten any? Not really. Oh wait, we have a PSP here. Or potential PSP. Are we going lower? Wait, oh my gosh, we have an SMT. Wait, are we really going lower? Oh shit. I wasn't really expecting to take lower prices. We actually have an SMT here. And we have a PSP actually. Oh shit, I think we're going lower. PSP's marked out by here. We have 2 cracks in correlation here. Oh boy. Oops. That's interesting. We got supported by this fair value gap here. So I would need to see ES start to dump as well if that were going to be the case. But we're going higher. We still don't have a change in state on NAS, so I honestly don't really know what's going on right now. We're reaching 10 o'clock. Okay, we're dumping. We're dumping. Okay, we're dumping. I'm gonna actually short this. This was actually crazy. Probably do that. But like, where are we going though? Like, that's the thing. I'm just like, what? But this is a really weird trade idea. Why would we? Does this make sense? It could. Let me go back to 5 minutes. This is weird. Let's just take a stab at it. I'm gonna lower my risk a little bit because I don't really know. Yeah, let's just take a stab at it. I do think this is a little bit of a weird trade, if I'm being honest. Okay, I'm gonna move my stop to break even. Or was that too much? Was that too soon? Ooh, did I do that too soon? Wait, let's move it back up. Let's give it some room. Yeah, see, I would have got taken out here. What time is it? 11? I think I'm gonna move it back to break even. If it's not moving by now, it's probably not going to. Okay, great. Yeah, I would have got taken out here and I would have missed the trade, so I kind of want to take some off. Like, it's still kind of dumping. Ooh, I'm probably going to take off some here just because I'm not liking that reaction. Take off 75% and I'll just like let it play out. See, it's coming back up. It's teeter-tottering. Oh, it hit it. Okay, great. As you can see, I wasn't looking to take shorts here. The issue is that we were kind of coming in late into... Okay, so let's just backtrack. I'm not going to really go over everything from top down because I feel like I already went over that extensively. But why did I flip my bias, right? I was looking to take longs, but one, we were failing. So as if you know GXT invalidations, if we're going through the fair value gap, that means it invalidates the model. Then two, I saw 2 cracks in correlation, which was an SMT and a PSP, which is what I needed. I didn't see that when I was looking for a long, plus we didn't have a change in state of delivery, right? And I realized that we were supported by this order block and fair value gap, so we were clearly going down. So after we went below these green candles, I was like, okay, I'm going to enter here. And that was when this candle was printing. And funnily enough, it actually comes back up, taps into this fair value gap, and then starts dumping. I honestly didn't really expect it to go completely through this fair value gap, which is why I took partials off. But yeah, I'm not, that's why I lowered my risk. I wasn't as confident, especially since it was kind of not my bias and we were fighting against these bullish fair value gaps here. So yeah, but that's why I lowered my risk, and that's why I took half off when I saw that we started to like consolidate in this area here, which is really interesting. I think. Oh wow, it took us until 4 to get this trade. That is crazy. That is crazy. But ideally, you'd want to close out your trades at 4 anyways, just because of the market. Oh, the market close and price could gap past or above our stop loss. So to avoid that, you would take the trade off at around 4. So that's good that that played out by that time. But that was crazy. That was crazy. This was invalidating our trade idea, and we had two cracks in correlation. We didn't have 2 cracks in correlation here. We just had one SMT, which was not enough. We didn't have a change in state. So this, like, for me to have gone long, I wouldn't need to see an SMT, maybe 2 cracks in correlation, so a 2-stage SMT or an SMT with a PSP, and a change in state of delivery. I only had the SMT. I didn't have a change in state of delivery, and I didn't have a PSP. So we have 3 things against 1, right? We're invalidating this fair value gap, although I did think potentially we could have bounced off of this. However, we had an SMT and a PSP. We were expecting bullish PD arrays, and we were just going down. Plus, both ES and NASDAQ were going down, right? We want the assets to both be dumping and going in the same direction. So I had kind of like maybe 4 separate confluences to believe that we were going down. ES was dumping, NASDAQ was dumping, we had an SMT and a PSP, and we were invalidating this bullish fair value gap. Yeah, but I wasn't 100% sure. That's why, but I didn't want to not take the trade because I saw these confluences there, right? So I just lowered my risk, and that's really just it. But that was a nice trade. That's so crazy. I was actually kind of nervous to film because I was just like, I'm still kind of figuring out my new approach to trading, and like, that's actually I don't know, bro. I feel like this might have a high win rate because, like, I don't know if you saw my last video. I did have these losses, but that was because I didn't know what asset to take it on. And if I, like, for example, like ES, I think NASDAQ is the weaker asset, and then ES is a stronger asset, right? So if you want to take longs, it's better to take them on ES. If you want to take shorts, it's better to take them on NASDAQ. And I didn't know how to differentiate which one to take it on because all these trades actually worked out, right? But because I took them on the wrong asset, I ended up getting manipulated, and then the price went in the direction that I intended for it to go. So these would have been wins. So this strategy actually has a freaking high win rate. I don't know. We have to do more months to like figure it out, but like ever since employing this, I haven't had a loss yet, if I'm being honest. I don't really like to flip my bias, so I could have like sat on the sidelines for that. That's completely something you could have also did, and just not taking the trade and wait for the next day. But I did see those bearish signals playing out. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just lower my risk, take the loss if I get it, and just take the dub if I get it. The only issue is that because I took a partial, it cut into the profit. This should have been a $500 win, but it was only a $300 win. So there's that. But 7% up on the month, which is I don't think I've ever hit 7% in any of my back testing before. I don't think in any single month. That is, oh my god, that's so crazy. I've never hit $4,000 P&L in 1 month in any of my back testing before. Well, I guess it's technically not 1 month. I made nearly 1% in this month. But like, oh my gosh. To see the strategy playing out is just crazy. And if you guys haven't checked out my other videos and you're wondering what my strategy is, I have videos dedicated to 2 separate strategies. They're kind of the same thing, just with a couple differences. The strategy that I'm employing right now is more of a dynamic trading strategy where I don't even know how to explain it. I explain it really good in those videos, but one strategy is basically for following more so the market maker model, so trading only if bullish if we're on buy side of the curve, and trading only bearish if we're on sell side of the curve, right? So bouncing off of fair value gaps and just trading in the direction, and that works out. The only issue with that strategy that I was realizing is that I only get like maybe 4 to 7 wins per month, And obviously some of those, no, not wins, but I take 4 to 7 trades per month, and then maybe I'll get like 3 to 4 wins, right? Oh my god, my win rate's 50%. That's great. And then also, it was very hard for me to get that 6% per month, which if I want to get multiple prop accounts, I need to be able to make 6% like more consistently. So I decided to kind of tweak my strategy, and I've now arrived to my current strategy, which is working out pretty well. If these results continue, I might not have to tweak my strategy anymore. That's so crazy to think about. Oh, that's so crazy to think about. But anyways, but yeah, and then my current strategy right now is more of a dynamic trading strategy where I kind of I don't necessarily follow the market maker model. It's so weird. I focus more so on daily bias. I focus more on weekly profiles, daily profiles, and yeah, that's really it. I just focus on the weekly and daily profile, and then I focus on time of day. So time and price. So I guess the biggest things is weekly profile, daily profile, time and price, and I look for my confluences, which is two-stage SMTs, an SMT, and a PSP, which is two cracks in correlation. And yeah, I just look for a price to also be supported up by bullish PDRAs or bearish PDRAs, depending on what I'm expecting, and yada yada yada, right? And it's been working out really well. But this strategy might be a little bit difficult because you have to understand weekly profile, daily profiles, and you also have to understand how do I put this? Not even just daily profiles, but GXT logic, basically. So I feel like it's very difficult. I would personally say this style of trading. You have to understand I keep saying the same thing over again, but I cannot stress enough. You need to understand weekly profile, the daily profile, GXT logic. You need to understand I already said daily profile, right? Yeah. And then you need to be able to know how to identify reversals, which is a change in state of delivery, paired with an SMT and a PSP, and you have to understand how to use time of day as well. And then I also use a 4-hour profile. Sometimes I can focus on it. It's so hard because there's just so many things I'm considering in the moment. And I haven't actually employed this kind of trading strategy in like live trading because there's just a lot of things to consider. And I'm bouncing back and forth between multiple charts trying to figure out, is there an SMT? Is there a PSP? Are both assets dumping? And you know, all those things. What asset should I be taking this trade on? And, you know, just all those things come into play when I'm, like, taking my trades and stuff like that. So, I would definitely say this is a more difficult trading style. But, as I said, right now, if I had known what asset I was going to take, I would be on a freaking winning streak, bro. With just one break-even trade. I would be on a freaking winning streak. And these were risking 1% both. So this would have gave me 2%. So I would have been up like maybe, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11% on the month already. I would have been up 11% on the month already. Which is funny because this guy, George, which I kind of learned and implemented the strategy from, he kind of trades the same way as me. But again, I've only been testing this out for like this session. I would need to see how it works in other sessions, but so far, I've been having a lot of luck trading this way, and like it's crazy. I don't know if George implements weekly profile and he does. I don't know. I can't say anything, but yeah, that's really